Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at another piece of rolling stock that resides and works here on layout, and it's this. This is the Hornby Brighton Belle. Now this train has a couple of different names. So first of all, it can be known as the British Rail Class 403, and this is how you find it here in the British Rail colour scheme, according to the 1969 colour scheme. It also can be known as the Southern Railway 5 Belle, or also known as the Brighton Belle. So straight off the bat, I have it 10 years. In that time, no issues, no problems, runs really well, very reliable. So I totally recommend this train if you can find it for the right price. I believe there's a price tag on it there. Now I don't think I paid that. I got it from a shop. Unfortunately the shop is closing down and I got it for a discounted price. So really interesting history around this train. It's a Southern region train, and it's a Pullman train, so really interesting history. I'm going to put her on the track. I'm going to point out some of the features of the train and see what you think of it. We'll run the train and see how well she performs. Okay. The origin of the Brighton Belle goes back to the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway, with the introduction of Pullman cars on their trains as early as 1875. And in 1881 they introduced the first all Pullman trains, one of which was the Pullman Limited. Now all Pullman services acquired the name Belle in their full name and title, such as the Bournemouth Belle and the Devon Belle. All these trains obviously were steam-hauled services, but in January 1931 the southern region started electrification of its lines. The Southern Railway wanted a suitable flagship train service for its first full Pullman electric train, and they commissioned 3 5-car units that were built by Metro Camel. The Brighton Belle went into service in 1933, working London Victoria to Brighton, and was designated 5 Belle by the Southern. And it continued working into BR ownership until it was withdrawn completely in 1972. The service was suspended during World War II, and all stock was put into hidden storage for safety. Under the Southern Railway ownership, which was one of the big 4, it boasted that it was the most luxurious train in England at the time. This train was also the only electrified Pullman service in the world. After it was withdrawn, all units survived. Some were bought up by the Venice Simplon Orient Express, and some were bought by private companies, in particular breweries, for use at restaurants and pubs as dining units, which is really unusual. Also, well-known celebrities travelled this service, in particular the likes of somebody like Laurence Olivier, who enjoyed the prodigious service, travelling to and from engagements, and also as a photo opportunity. So really unusual history around this train. So let's have a look at the detail on this, and I'll look at some of the running on her. Now we're going to have a look at a bit of detail on this train. So first of all, the livery. She's in the British Rail blue and grey. Now originally, when she was running under Southern ownership, she would have been in the burnt umber, I think, chocolate and brown. I think that's the name of the livery, burnt umber, chocolate and brown. But here she's in the 1960s to 1970s, blue and grey. So a little bit of detail there. She has separately fitted handrails, and the driver's door handle is picked out on the front. She's got the full yellow ends. Now, British Rail took off the Pullman crest off the front of these trains when they took ownership, and they just, if you can see it there, I'll just zoom in, they just put the name Brighton Belle on it. There's some moulded detail there of the jumper cables because, of course, this was 3 separate 5-car units all coupled together for the service. It's got a working headlight there, and it turns to a red tail light when you change direction. It has separately fitted, I think it's got a 3-link chain coupling there, and has some vacuum pipes there. This train doesn't have the surround buffers, but no big deal. Running number up there. If I come down the side of her, in the compartment, all the lamps in the passenger compartment, they're all illuminated. So as the train runs, they start illuminating. Now, it's kind of an unusual feature because if you have this train running at night and the lamps come on, the actual compartments themselves, they don't have lighting. So it'd be like the people dining there are sitting in the dark eating their dinner. So it might have been better just to have, you know, compartment lighting. Just going down here, the bogie detail here. Can you see this bar here? That is representing the electric chair or pickup for the 3rd rail. Now, these are kind of only just pressed on, and they do have a little habit of falling off. I suppose you could glue them in, but they're actually quite easy to put back on. So that's something just to make note of. Going down the rest of the train there, a little bit of roof detail. She needs a bit of a dust down actually. There's little air horns there. You have all these body lines going down the train there. You have the Brighton Belle name there. There's some undercarriage detail there if I zoom in. Presume some kind of battery box and that kind of thing. Move her down. Now, this is something I wanted to talk about if you pick up this train. You can see here, in between the 2 units, there is an electrical pin connection between the 2 units for the running of the train and the lights. And it's the kind of train you don't want to be taken on and off the track all the time. You really just want to have this coupled together the whole time, because if you damage those electrical pins, at the very least the table lamps inside aren't going to work. You know, there's a little decorated window there, it's very nice. Another, that's the actual running number there of the unit there. And yeah, some more detail there on the roof there. They're quite closely coupled together, but because of the electrical pin connection, it's a proprietary coupling really. You can't run this train with any other stock, and you can get additional stock for her. So if I bring in the box here we go. So that is a complete train there, and obviously in the real service they put 3 of those 5-car units together to make a complete train of 15 carriages. So really, really cool. And she runs really smoothly, and we're going to have a look at that right now. So overall, a very nice train by Hornby. Did a great job. The power car at the front there is extremely heavy. Doesn't have traction tyres, which is good. And it only has pickups on the power car. The trailer car there does not have pickups. So that's what the pin connection between the two units is for. It's to power the lights on the trailer car. Actually, a better idea would have been pickups on the training car. Just for that added bit of pickup from the track. But there you go. Still very pleased with this. I actually highly recommend this unit. And as I said, if you can find it for this good money, these are well worth it. Hornby did a very good job in this. So that's it for this video. On to the next video. Everyone take care, look after yourselves, and I'll try and come out with another video as soon as I can. Until then, everyone look after yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.